Hello, and welcome to the Job Search Strategies Overview. Today we're going to be talking about everything you need to know when it comes to job search and the overall process. Beginning with step 1, determine your main competencies, your needs, and your wants, as well as your overall personal mission when it comes to that first-time job. It's important to start thinking about your time commitment, salary, benefits, location, your commute, growth opportunities, and the type of company culture that you seek. Knowing these things is an important first step in finding a position. What do you strive for? What are your goals? What kind of coworkers do you want to surround yourself with? And how would you like to be managed by a supervisor? After you have determined your professional and personal wants or needs, it's important to develop your job search strategy. This will also help you be as efficient and effective with your process as possible. Step 1. Figure out a list of 10 employers you would like to research. Understand their job titles so you know what jobs to be on the lookout for and the other companies that might suit your needs. Figure out where and when they post open opportunities and positions. You can also learn some more things about your personal mission and professional preferences we discussed in the previous slide. Next, you can look into job search sites and figure out which sites' search engines work well for you. Play around with different filters to understand how to narrow down the jobs you are looking for, and you can often set up job agents or alerts based on these filters, generating daily and weekly emails into your inbox with new jobs that fit your preferences. Finally, schedule time to research and search and apply for different jobs. Treat it like another class for yourself. Looking for about 2 to 3 jobs a day, 5 to 7 hours a week, or 1 hour a day is a great way to easily incorporate it into your schedule. Other items to make sure you include in your second step of setting your job search strategy include having an overall checklist. Some of these items include identifying and reaching out to references, reviewing social media presence, and other things important to the preparation of your career goals. This handout can also be found on the Career Center's website page under Internship and Job Search. Here are some of the job search platforms that are out there and are commonly used by students. There are job sites for a variety of jobs, and then those that are more industry specific. You can find both of these types of sites on our website by going to Career Center, Current Students, and then Internship and Job Search. Here's an example of how you can use one job search type or platform on our Handshake site. Searching for jobs can be overwhelming, but using filters, the search bar, and saving jobs of interest can help it seem less daunting. Be sure to go through all the different filter types and select what's important to you. Jobs will start to show up on the left-hand side, and you can scroll through the list as well as click on them for more information to view on the right-hand side. On this side, you will see the type of company, and you can click on their page to read in further detail about everything they have to offer. Once you've found a job that you like, you can use the Save Jobs feature by selecting the little flag in the right corner of the job title and select to save the job. After saving a few different types of jobs, you can scroll back up to the Jobs tab and to the right click on the Saved tab to review any of the jobs you clicked on earlier. Step 3. Expand your bubble. It's important to start thinking about the things you're going to do beyond your internship and job searches, like networking, for example. Networking is when you take the time to talk to professionals and ask relevant questions about your career path. Be prepared to quickly and easily describe who you are, followed by your interests, skills, and your experience in a 30-second commercial-style pitch, as well as what you are looking for, the types of positions, the types of companies, and the type of work situations. Here is an example of what a networking web looks like for you. followed by all the different types of connections you can continue to maintain throughout your course of your career, beginning with personal, like your family, friends, coworkers, and community, environmental, things like conferences, events, career fairs, information sessions, and social media, or professional, in the industry, associations, organizations, through your professors, previous supervisors, and peers. Here is an example of how to get started networking on the platform called LinkedIn. If you don't have an account with LinkedIn already, we highly recommend that you create one and start filling in your information on your profile. Once you've developed a profile and added your resume, you can then start connecting with alumni and professionals on the platform. A good way to start this is by going to the LaSalle University page and following on the button below. Once you've done that, you can then click on the Alumni tab and start sifting through the different alumni that are following LaSalle University and have previously attended LaSalle in the past. You can use the search bar up at the top to type in a keyword, a title, or a company, or you can scroll below and start clicking on some of the pre-filters that they have for you. For example, like where they live, where they work, or what they majored in when they were at LaSalle. Once you've then clicked on any filters or typed into the search bar, the list of alumni will be below these boxes, and you can scroll down and start to view all the different alumni that fall within these descriptions. Once you've found a few alumni that interest you and that you would like to connect with, you can send them a connection request through the platform, followed by a blurb and an introductory comment from yourself, introducing who you are, what you majored in, and your interest in the field. Below is a sample of this type of message that you can use for future connecting with alumni or professionals in the field. Step 4, informational interviewing. Once you've established a good connection with an alumni or professional, and you've developed a good rapport, you can then request an informational interview. This type of interview is an informal conversation and Q&A between you and the alumni or an employee of a desired company or field of interest. This is an opportunity for you to gain firsthand relevant knowledge on how the field is doing, get tips on how to search for a career in the field, gain knowledge of the overall industry and the company itself. Here are some informational interview tips, beginning with treating this interview as a real interview. Be sure to arrive early, dress nice, and be professional. You can also bring a resume, but do not take it out unless the conversation flows in that direction or if it is requested by the alumni, the professional, or the employer at hand. In this opportunity, you get to ask the questions. Start thinking about some of the things you might want to ask. For example, what types of jobs can be found here? Where or how can I build the skills I need to be in this type of position? How large is the organization? What are the future prospects of the organization? And what are the major trends and issues in this line of work? Here is an example of how to contact an employer after previously having a conversation with them. For example, hello, my name is John Smith, and I am a junior majoring in marketing at LaSalle University. Is this a good time for you to talk briefly? I met you at the career fair last spring. I am not currently looking for a job, but I have become very interested in public relations and would like to find out as much as possible about the field. Would it be possible to schedule 20 to 30 minutes with you at your convenience to ask you a few questions and get your advice on how best to prepare to enter the field? Be sure to send them a thank you note or email within 24 to 48 hours after the informational interview or your conversation. Here are some additional career resources that might be useful to you when it comes to your job search and your overall career exploration. If you have questions about any of these resources and how you can utilize them, feel free to stop into the Career Center during our office hours or schedule an appointment with us and a counselor through the Handshake platform. To close out, here are some job fair tips for when you are ready to get started on attending local job fairs at LaSalle or externally off campus. Before the fair, make sure that you have prepared your resume and printed out copies to bring with you in a folder or Padfolio. Look up the employers who are listed on the Handshake event page and make a list of those that you're interested in and research their companies ahead of time so you know what services they offer and you can have good questions prepared to ask. It's also important to prepare a 30-second commercial pitch where you introduce yourself, your major, the position you are seeking, and your interest in the employer. We have very good examples and tools for this type of information. Feel free to go to our website to look for it, or you can come in our office and request it from a counselor. During the fair, it's important to target those employers that you've identified and researched ahead of time. Be sure to ask follow-up questions to show your interest and know how to connect with them after the fair. Make a good first impression with appropriate and professional appearance, maintain eye contact, and a smile that conveys a positive attitude with good verbal skills that express enthusiasm. After the fair, send them a follow-up thank you note or email to the representative that you spoke with. Don't be afraid to follow up with them via phone call for those you are very interested in and explore their employer's website for openings and create a personal profile if it's available. If you have any other questions on any of these types of information related to job searching and job fairs, feel free to stop by the Career Center and talk with a counselor.